How's it going, everybody? We're about to try one of the most badass Pokemon designs in history. This is going to be Shadow Steelix in the Ultra League.
What is that?
That is Steelix, a total badass steel-type Pokemon that could crush you between its teeth. If you're battling one in the Ultra League, you should top left.
I'm going to power up this Shadow Steelix, and it is a lot of Stardust, guys. 500,000 Stardust just to power it up. If you like spending big Stardust, please leave me a big thumbs up. We also have to double move this beast as well. If you see the location tag, that is not a typo. I actually caught this Pokemon when I was in Australia for OCIC back in February of 2023. So I've been hanging on to this Pokemon for 2 years. I only had one TM to spend, so I had to go with Psychic Fangs and Earthquake. We're gonna couple this Pokemon with 2 Hydro Cannon users. We've got Blastoise and Shadow Feraligatr. So basically this team is absolutely insane. It's stacked. It's gonna be really, really fun. So in this first game, we do get the Malamar safe switch. Malamar, I'm not too worried about. If they throw the superpower, they're gonna debuff themselves, so I definitely expect the foul play. I'm gonna bank some energy there on the Shadow Steelix and then go into the Blastoise. So this team, really, really fun. Having Thunderfang Shadow Steelix in the lead and then 2 Hydro Cannon users in the back means tons of offensive power, tons of offensive output, lots of pressure. I love the Skull Bash here on Blastoise. Actually, I don't quite get the KO there with the Skull Bash, which is a little bit of a negative. However, I am feeling pretty good about my position overall. Foul play does connect. In comes the Glaring Wheezing. I'm going to throw 3 more of these rollouts and then go into the Hydro Cannon. Let's see how much a stab Hydro Cannon does. Oh, it actually does a respectable amount. Probably like, I don't know, 35% to a Glaring Wheezing. Let's see if that Skull Bash allows us to hang on through this charge attack. If it's Sludge, we have a chance. No, we actually get KO'd. Gonna come in now with the Steelix. Whenever a Glaring Wheezing is in the lead and they instantly swap, that's going to tell you that they don't have Overheat, because if they have Overheat, at least they're going to try and bait and try to pull a fast one on you. We're going to go ahead and fire off these Psychic Fangs into the Drifblim and then go into the Shadow Feraligatr. Honestly, I could have gone Blastoise here, could have gone Feraligatr. Either one is pretty good against the Driffy Bee. We're going to go ahead and shield what is likely Icy Wind. However, I know that their win condition there is to land the Shadow Ball through the 2 shields, so I'm going to play towards their win condition and not the likely bait scenario. Gonna try to Shadow Claw through. I think I'm able to do it all the way now that I've shielded up the second attack. That one will be the Shadow Ball, but my opponent does take advantage of the switch timer and they swap back into their Glaring Wheezing. Now I know the Brutal Swing is going to do a sizable amount of damage, so I'm going to go ahead and let this Glaring Wheezing throw into the Shadow Feraligatr. And then I'm going to try to Shadow Claw down, which we're able to do. Final Pokemon, again, is that Drifblim. I'm gonna go for 1 Shadow Claw into the Hydro Cannon. And then you know what? We've got energy on Steelix, right? Let's go ahead and pull the swap, go into the Psychic Fangs, and this is gonna be a massive KO here to win our very first battle. These Ultra League battles are always a little bit longer. They always take a little bit more time. So this video is a little bit on the longer side today, but if you're enjoying Shadow Steelix Double Hydro Cannon Armada gameplay, let me know down in the comments below. Gonna get queued up here for game number 2. Next opponent is gonna be Linwan, baby. Let's see what they've got. Primate. Okay, this is a really interesting lead because I don't really have a good option to counter this Pokemon. I'm gonna go ahead and stay in here with the Steelix. Oh, I almost go up to the Psychic Fangs, and you know what? They're probably gonna Rage Fist here, right? Right? No, they close combat and then they swap into the Drapion. This is really, really difficult for me because I took a ton of damage on the Steelix, but I am going to triple resist the Poison Sting, so I stay in to gather some extra energy. Is it going to make a difference in the end? We're going to find out. Now that I switch into the Blastoise, I need to start thinking about win conditions. I don't know if the Hydro Cannon will KO here, and this Drapion's going to get to another charge attack anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Skull Bash. I think that's my best play. Gonna go 1 more rollout into the Skull Bash. I don't want to have to throw a Hydro Cannon and then throw a second Hydro Cannon, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that instead. That does pick up the KO, which is super nice. And I believe, yes, I'm only 3 rollouts away. However, the Primate does get to the attack. Now that I'm boosted though, hang on through the Rage Fist. Come on, let's go. Let's go Blastoise. Hangs on through that Ghost type charge attack. Of course, it's not going to do that much damage at the first stage, but we're going to see what we can make of this situation. No one-turn lag on the bring-in, which is actually really nice. I rarely get that these days, but it is nice when it works. Gonna let that Rage Fist get caught onto the Steelix and look for a big Shadow Claw down. This is gonna be really tough though. Primeape's got a load of energy. That Steelix was my first shield. I used my second shield of the game there, and I really want the farm down, but there's no shot that I'm going to get it here. So my opponent could swap out, or they could decide to stay in and try to get off one more attack. They actually stay in. Now that they're triple boosted, it makes sense. Their last Pokemon is another Dark Poison type, and you know what? Even though this game was really, really close, I'm going to, or it's really, really bad in the beginning, I'm going to do my best to make it close. As you see there, we double up on the Hydro Cannons. If this Poison Jab would not have gone through, I would have got that third Hydro Cannon and won this battle. So we took a close combat on the chin to start the game, which really put us behind, but still almost made it back. Desynced, our next opponent. Shout out to Desynced. Man, I never tell you this because we never talk over direct messages, but I am really grateful for you sending me all those gifts from the LATAM regionals. I got your recent one from Fortaleza. Dude, thank you so much. I try to collect those, and you're one of the only people that consistently sends me those gifts from those regionals, so I really, really appreciate you. Desynced swaps in with the Frostlass. This is kind of a tough switch for him though, because I do have the Blastoise with Rollout. I suspect I can take one Shadow Ball. I do respect as well Desynced for running a Hex Frostlass in Ultra League. That's really spicy, really fun. I tried to deny the Gyarados. This is actually Dragon Tail Gyarados, so Desynced running some serious spice, but I do land the Skull Bash there. And I'm just doing so much damage here with my rollouts. Okay, Desynced has a Cradily in the back. Is it Cradily or Cradily? I should know this, right? Anyways, I'll say Cradily for this video, and I'll say Cradily next video. I'm gonna throw the double Hydro Cannons into the Cradily here, and then swap into Feraligatr. I know I can tank one of these Grass Knots, but obviously not two. And I know that Cradily needs 4 bullets each time, so I'm gonna go for the Hydro Cannon here. I do have Crunch on my Feraligatr. Don't ask any questions, all right? This is again related to the TM issue that we're currently experiencing. But yeah, I'm gonna make it work. I know my opponent's win condition here is to catch on the Gyarados. I think that's the most obvious thing, so I need to land the Earthquake into the Cradily. Let's see if we can get it done though. Desynced is a very, very talented player. Grass Knot connects. I suspect that Gyarados has the Aqua Tail as well, so I need to be very careful to not shield early because I don't want to take a super effective, same type attack bonus, Aqua Tail from a water type. Desynced actually waits a turn, and I throw like a total buffoon onto the Gyarados, which is so stupid. I saw it coming. I knew it was coming, but I did it anyway. And then I try to catch on Desynced, and he says, no, I'm better than you. But due to team composition, due to the bulk of Steelix and how much it allows me to maneuver around, I am able to win that game. So GG's Desynced, even though you tried your best, and honestly, I probably didn't deserve to win that game. Somehow I did. Next battle is going to be against Skater Nora. Let's see what Skater's got. They've got a Guzzlord. Now, this is where I really wish I had Breaking Swipe. I really wish I had Breaking Swipe on my Steelix, but obviously because of my lack of TMs, I don't. I've got Earthquake instead, which means I need to build up a ton of energy here in order to hit back against this shiny Guzzlord, which is looking beautiful, right? This is like a white chocolate orange sherbet Halloween snack. I mean, that looks, woo! Maybe a little too sweet for me, but still looks good. Guzzlord is going to fire for another charge attack here. This looks to be the Brutal Swing variant. This matchup is actually very close when I don't have Breaking Swipe, but if I do have Breaking Swipe, it is destitute for that Guzzlord. Brutal Swing does connect. I swap out with the Psychic Fangs and I go into the Blastoise. Big man Blastoise hits the field here. I'm going to try to roll out down. It's ambitious, but we're going to try. Brutal Swing does connect. Can I get one more rollout through? Yes, we get the full rollout down, which is really nasty. Coming in now with the Lapras. Oh man. Lapras has a tough time against Blastoise. You've got Sparkling Aria, which is resisted. All of your ice attacks are resisted. This is going to be a Skull Bash battle. If they wanted to throw a move here, which they do, I think it would have not KO'd me. But regardless, I'm gonna go for the double Skull Bash. Now I am really beefed up. This Blastoise has almost unstoppable defense at this point. Opponent might swap here, and they don't. Wow, hold on. There's no way, right? There's no way. There's no way! Blastoise hangs on, Skeleturge gets the Incinerate through, but I don't give a crap because I get the Hydro Cannon against the Skeleturge. Nasty work by big man Blastoise after the double boost, and now we see the swap into the Shadow Steelix. Man, Skeleturge is such a fun Pokemon. I have a really fun video featuring Skeleturge, but it's got an even spicier Pokemon on that team. So if you like this video and you want to see more Ultra League content, make sure to subscribe because that video is on the way. Gonna go ahead and shield up here against this Skeleturge, but man, that Hydro Cannon was so incredibly clutch. Opponent sees the writing on the wall. Home Size Henry quotes flying out here, and they top left out of that game. So very, very nice for us. Gonna go into this next game here after we get queued up. Queue times in the 2000s, man. Who would have thought? El Loco is gonna play Galarian Moltres. With Thunderfang, not a bad matchup. Even though we don't have the Breaking Swipe, opponent swaps into Drifblim, and you know what? I've got a rollout user in Blastoise, and I've got Thunderfang and Steelix. I think I want my rollout user on that Moltres. I'm gonna call the early charge attack there, just an Icy Wind, no biggie, no big deal. Gonna throw my Thunderfang here, or excuse me, throw my Psychic Fangs and then boost up my Thunderfangs. Now at this point, if I shield a Shadow Ball, I'm confident I can Thunderfang all the way down. It's another Icy Wind though, which makes it a little bit more dicey, so I'm forced to throw as well. They are debuffing my attack, but I'm debuffing their defense, so I guess it's at the same level. I get the full Thunderfang down, which is really nice. I'm looking for the swap now because I doubt that the Moltres will come back in. And they come in with Cobalion. Now they did debuff me twice, but I'm still able to get off the Earthquake here, maximizing my timing, taking a lot of double kicks. This Pokemon is going to throw these Sacred Swords really rapidly, but having this alignment is so good because it allows me to send out my Feraligatr here against the Cobalion. And let's see how much a Sacred Sword does a Shadow Gator. I forgot. I can take another one. I can take one more. Now my opponent might swap onto the Drifblim and try to catch a charge attack here. That would not be great for me, but I'm already feeling very confident. I mean, I have a fully healthy Blastoise, Ultra League rank 1 by the way. And I'm gonna swap that in. Oh, excuse me, it's not the Drifblim, it's the Moltres, different flyer. My opponent's win condition here is to land a Brave Bird and Sucker Punch down. So I'm gonna shield, I'm gonna play to their win condition again, even though it's an obvious bait. Because I know after I buff myself with the Skull Bash, I won't get KO'd by the Brave Bird. So I love that shot of Blastoise rearing its head down, getting ready to Skull Bash. So I had to screenshot there for the memes. Brave Bird connects, Blastoise shrugs it off. I'm gonna go for the Hydro Cannon here. After the defense drop from the Brave Bird, I believe this will KO. Big man Blastoise pulling through again, and opponent ends the game. That is a GG's there to my opponents. Nice set as well. We got a 4-1 on this first set and a Morpeko encounter. I'm so stoked to see Morpeko encounters back into Go Battle League. I think after a certain point last season, I just didn't see them anymore, which is really unfortunate. I need more XLs. I want to build an Ultra League Morpeko. I've got a 98 right now, which I might build, but I still want that hundo. You know, I'm always chasing the hundos, especially when you're going to max it out for level 15 Ultra League. You want the right CP. Primate, did we learn our lesson? Is our opponent going to close combat us? We actually go up for the Psychic Fangs and opponent doesn't throw, which tells me they're going for the back-to-back close combats. It's probably their strategy. They do shield though, which is nice to get the first shield from the opponent. At this point, I'm probably going to double shield and force the switch out. They do throw the close combat as expected. They throw the second one before our second Psychic Fangs is ready, but we already committed to the double shield. We know what our strategy is here. Opponent stays in. Oh, and they get one more attack? I think this is Rage Fist, right? There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, it's Rage Fist. Steelix hangs on, it takes 2 shields, but I defeat the fighter, which is really nice, and I control switch. Opponent comes in with Shadow Feraligatr. They throw 1 Shadow Claw, 2, 3, 4, excuse me, maybe it was 5, I wasn't counting right. They threw 5, we caught on the Hydro Cannon. Watching the video, the battles back, I might have missed the first claw. Coming now with the Tentacruel, this is not great, but this is a moment where Crunch comes in clutch, right? I know a lot of people have commented on past videos saying, why would you ever run Crunch in Ultra League? It's redundant, it doesn't make sense. But when you're up against something like this, it's actually pretty good, especially given the rest of my team. I know these poison jabs are triple resisted, and I need to get that final shield away. Plus, a little debuff and some Thunder Fang damage sounds pretty nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring the Steelix back in, throw the Psychic Fangs here. I know I can't get farmed down. My opponent swaps. I probably could have stayed and Thunder Fang through, but I go to Blastoise. Opponent recognizes they have 0 win conditions. They can deal with 1 water type, but not 2 with that Tentacruel, so GG's. Gonna take on IGC in this next battle, Virizion. Oh, this is not good for us at all. If you look at this team on paper, Virizion's probably the #1 counter. We have no Ice Beam on Feraligatr. We have no Ice Beam on Blastoise. So winning this game is going to be tough. But every single journey starts with that first step. So let's see if we can do it. Psychic Fangs does connect into the Virizion. I am chipping it down slowly with the Thunder Fangs, even though they are resisted by the grass typing. I got a shield. I got to do some damage here. Gonna throw the second Psychic Fangs. Do we get the shield from this Virizion? Fingers crossed, again, for like the 5th time this video. No shield, but we do a lot of damage. And you know what? I'm actually pretty content with this. I'm actually pretty happy because now it's double debuffed. If I come in with Gator, I can Shadow Claw down. Opponent realizes that though. They swap into their Galarian Weezing. Now, at this point, Feraligatr is probably my best shot against that Virizion because the Shadow Claws are neutral, whereas the rollouts are going to be resisted by that fighting typing. So I think I need to swap eventually. I'm going to go ahead and throw the second Hydro Cannon here to try to apply some additional pressure to this Galarian Weezing. Opponent does shield. That was a charge tag priority. And now that I've got that second shield, I'm changing my plan. I'm pivoting here. I'm going full in with Big Man Blastoise. If they catch a Skull Bash on Virizion, that's really bad. I'm going to let this first charge tag through because I don't know their third Pokemon yet. Sludge does connect. I throw on bad timing and the opponent realizes I'm going for the Skull Bash, so they switch anyway. Crap, that's a lot of wasted energy. In comes that Galarian Weezing. I could take 1 more Sludge, especially now that I'm buffed. But unless that's like a, I don't know, a Charizard in the back or a Talonflame, I'm really not having a good time. Gonna throw the Hydro Cannon here. Hopefully this KOs. Oh, Blastoise, come on, man. We needed that knockout really bad. Opponent is going to go ahead and throw the final Sludge. I shield. Final Pokemon is Drifblim. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go for 4. I've got the double Hydro Cannons. Is there a way to win this battle? Going to throw the first one here. Let's see how much damage it does. No, it would not have been enough, even if I got to the second Hydro Cannon. Opponent is going to go ahead and throw the Icy Wind. Resist it or not, that is enough. Shiny Halloween Hat Ultra League Drifblim is actually very nice. Shout out to the opponent there. I wasn't able to beat their Driffy B. What the Piplup? Let's see what they've got. Golurk. Oh man, this lead is bad. This is bad news bears. I go right into Feraligatr. Honestly, in hindsight, probably should have gone Blastoise, but I don't like the idea of dealing resisted rollout damage. I don't think it applies enough pressure to force my opponent to swap. Opponent goes into their Tentacruel. Yeah, this is not looking very good. Golurk, Tentacruel, interesting core. I think I saw that at the end of last season in Ultra League. On the charge tag priority though, this is a step in the right direction. Gonna throw the second Crunch. Does drop this Tentacruel significantly. Oh, excuse me, it wasn't charge tag priority, but I thought it was. Opponent is gonna throw a charge tag here. I could fight for swap, but honestly, it's so tough. Gonna come in with the Steelix, and I do get the Thunder Fang down, but I know they're coming back in with the Mud Slapper, so I have to go back into my Blastoise. This looks really tough, but I'm just going to overcharge. Opponent swaps into Guzzlord, and this game might be unwinnable at this point. Just really, really perfectly countered. I'm going to go for the Skull Bash, though, and see what kind of fight we have left. Yeah, really tough matchup here. Skull Bash does connect, and that's nice, but look at how low my Blastoise is already getting. I'm going to go ahead and shield here because I think I can get back to my switch timer. If I can build double Hydro Cannons and get back to Steelix, maybe there's some kind of way. I need to try to Thunder Fang down though as well. My opponent's going to be able to swap pretty soon, and there they go. Going to throw the charge tag. If this is Dynamic Punch, it probably won't KO, but it's going to be... Oh, it's Earth Power. What the heck? Ah, crap, man. This is not good. Psychic Phase. Do I get a shield? Yes, I do, actually. Hold on. Hold on. 2 more Thunder Fangs for 4 turns, 2 Mud Slaps for 6 turns means I'm able to get up the second Psychic Fangs. I needed like a rollout down or something, but I'm really worried my opponent is going to be able to get to a Shadow Punch and they are. They shield, they Shadow Punch. This is GG's, unfortunately. So yeah, Go Lurk lead, very difficult for this team. Maybe I could have gone Blastoise and done something differently, but still very tough. Let's see what the next opponent has in store for us. Giratina. All right, have not seen the dragon in a while, but again, another reminder that I had got 0 charge TMs, and I really wish that I had at least one, because Breaking Swipe would have been very nice here. Opponent throws a Shadow Sneak. This is a Dragon Breath Giratina, which means I'm double resisting the fast attack, which is pretty nice. But at the same time, it's going to be tough to win. I do land the Earthquake, which is good. My plan now is to bank some energy and then probably swap into one of my water types. I think the Feraligatr makes the most sense. I'm 1 away from the Earthquake, and I'm able to catch the next charge attack on the Feraligatr, which is pretty good. Opponent does have the chance to swap now, though, and they go into Golisopod. This Pokemon is an absolute menace in the Ultra League, just like it is in the Great League right now. Bug and Water is very, very good together. I do land the Crunch, no debuff though. If this is X Scissor, it's gonna put me in Shadow Claw range, but I'm kind of forced to let it go. It's actually the Aerial Ace. My opponent, oh, I do get another Crunch, which is nice. If this lands, this will KO actually, which is pretty sweet. Crunch gets shielded, opponent goes for the full Shadow Claw down. I'm gonna come in with the big man Blastoise, gonna throw the rollout here in order to try and chip down. It is a bug type, and now that I know it doesn't have X Scissor, I'm actually pretty comfortable with Blastoise. They come in with Registeel. Crap, this is not good. We're gonna see how much a Hydro Cannon does. Oh, that's like nothing, man. This Registeel is insane. All right, we're gonna shield here. I do have a couple win conditions still, but I'm gonna try to play to him. Flash Cannon, surprisingly, it is lower energy, so maybe that makes sense. I'm trying to surprise him here with the Earthquake, and I am able to swap in and throw it. Oh, but he shields it, good call. Good call by the opponent. Opponent realizes here pretty soon they can't farm me down, so they come in back with the Giratina. I do have a little tiny bit of health on Steelix still, able to KO the Giratina. Can I get to the Psychic things though? No, that's actually not great. But now, look at this Registeel. It is within 2 Hydro Cannon range. I think there's a way. Gonna throw the first one here. Oh yeah, give me another one. Oh, opponent gets to charge attack. If it's Zap Cannon, it's game over. But if it debuffs, I don't even care. I think I've got enough. And that Registeel needs a lot of time to build to another charge attack. It's actually just the Flash Cannon, and I'm able to throw the second Hydro Cannon. So that's going to be a GG's. Opponent actually force quits the app, it looks like, but we still get the win. All right, everybody, last battle of the video. If you've enjoyed Shadow, Thunderfang, Steelix, and double Hydro Cannon Armada, Blastoise, and Feraligatr, let me know in those comments below. One more time, gonna go ahead and check out this next game. Our next opponent is gonna be, I didn't read it quick enough, and I'm not gonna say the first part because it sounds like a suggested word. Another Guzzlord lead. Obviously, again, I wish I had Breaking Swipe here, but we're going to do our best with Earthquake. We saw this matchup early on against that shiny Guzzlord. This is actually pretty close, pretty competitive. Opponent is running Crunch though, which is my preferred moveset. I love the debuff chance. I think it can really turn the tide of battles, and you're kind of trading the consistent Brutal Swing damage for the Crunch debuff, but I think it's definitely worth it. Opponent shields the Earthquake, which is a bit of a surprise. I did not expect that, to be honest. They throw the second Crunch. Can I even get to this Earthquake before they get to another one? They're gonna swap. Oh my goodness, this actually might be for the best. I called the potential swap there mentally. I said, you know what? They might want to bail out this Guzzlord. They've already shielded it once. My instinct was right. Opponent is going to get to a second X Scissor here, and I'm going to shield. This is a same type attack bonus X Scissor. It's going to put my Blastoise a little bit low, and I need to buff my defense. So I'm going to go ahead and shield that second one, and then Skull Bash. Almost get the KO, but the rollout does the rest. Now I'm a stage ahead in terms of buff, and Fortress comes in. My boy, the Potato Bug Fortress comes in here, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do really, really brutal things here to win this game against one of my OG picks. They're gonna come in with the Guzzlord. Nice catch on the Hydro Cannon, to be honest. That was actually really snazzy. I'm not counting very well. I think I remember throwing my phone at this moment. No, but seriously, I wasn't counting, and that's not great. But I'm gonna look for the Skull Bash, and I actually, oh yeah, this is really bad. I actually let another charge tech through, Dragon Claw. Now it's up to Steelix and Feraligatr, and I don't think I win this game, but we're gonna see what happens. I have so much energy on Steelix, I'm not going to use it as a catch. That'd be such a waste, but I need to figure out a way to deal with this Fortress in the back. Crunch connects. I'm getting so low, and I don't want my opponent to swap and catch, so I actually just throw after I wait a turn. Hydro Cannon does get the KO. If the opponent shields here, there might be a way. There might be a chance. Opponent, no shields, but they throw. Hold on, they throw. This is actually massive. I have a lot of energy on Steelix. They throw the Rock Tomb. One Thunder Fang. Oh, dude, did I survive the Volt Switch? Did Steelix hang on through the Volt Switch? Psychic Fangs? Wow, I lived! I get one more Psychic Fangs, and now this is gonna be a knockout. I cannot believe that Steelix hung on through 2 Volt Switches. Not even close. Easy win. GG's. Yeah. That was super, super sweaty. GG stalled my opponents. Man, that last game though was wild. Shadow Steelix, what a beast. What a dog. It's a problem in the Ultra League, and I really, really like this team. Steelix Double Water, using some of my favorite Pokemon as well. Steelix and Blastoise, 2 of my favorite designs of all time. Really, really rewarding to win with Pokemon you like in Ultra League, and I might come back to this team later, but I've got really, really fun teams that I've been working on that I can't wait to show you, so stay tuned for more videos, and I'll catch you in the next one.